ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ॐ ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेते मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां व्यासशङ्करमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। समस्तब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रुतिमात्रे नमः। वेदव्यासवैशम्पायने अग्निवल्क्य आद्यशङ्करादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। समस्तगुरूणां देवतानां परब्रह्मणः श्रुतिमातो कृपया श्रुति उक्ता परब्रह्मानुभवस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव अनुभवप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकसंस्कृतेः वेदवेदान्तस्य विश्वव्याप्त्य प्रचारार्थं सनातनधर्मस्य रक्षणार्थं समस्तभक्तानाम् आयुरारोग्यादि क्षेमस्थैर्यादि विवेकवैराग्यादि साधना सम्पदवाप्त्यर्थं विश्वशान्ति विश्वकल्याणार्थं छान्दोग्योपनिषदः पारायणं तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ पारायणं। We are in Chandogya Parayinam for practice taken up in the second chapter. We are into the 12th Khanda. Let us chant that. Om Nata Chandogya Upanishada Shanti Mantraha. Om Apyayantu Mamangani Vak Pranaha Chakshuh Shrotram Atho Balam Indriyani Cha Sarvani Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam Maham Brahma Nirakuryam Mama Brahma Nirakarot Nirakarnamastu Nirakaranam Me Astu Tadatmani Nirateye Upanishatsu Dharmaha Te Mayi Santo Om Shanti 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 अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः द्वादशः खण्डः। ओम् अविमन्तति स हिंकारः धूमः जायते स प्रस्तावः ज्वलति स उद्गीतः अंगारा भवन्ति स प्रतिहारः उपशाम्यति तन्निधनगं सगं शाम्यति तन्निधनम् एतत् रथन्तरम् अग्नौ प्रोतं स य एवम् एतत् रथन्तरम् अग्नौ प्रोतं वेद ब्रह्मवर्चसि अन्नादो भवति सर्वमायुरेति ज्योग्जीवते महान् प्रजया पशुभिर्भवति महान् कीर्त्या न प्रत्यङ्गग्निमाचामेत न निष्ठीवेत तद्व्रतम्। अथ त्रयोदशः खण्डः। उपमन्त्रयते स हिंकारः ज्ञापयते स प्रस्तावः स्त्रिया सह शेते स उद्गीतः प्रतिस्त्रीं सह शेते स प्रतिहारः कालं गच्छति तन्निधनं पारं गच्छति तन्निधनम् एतत् वामदेव्यं मिथुने प्रोतं स य एवम् एतत् वामदेव्यं मिथुने प्रोतं वेद मिथुनी भवति मिथुनात् मिथुनात् प्रजायते सर्वमायुरेति ज्योग्जीवते महान् प्रजया पशुभिर्भवति महान् कीर्त्या न काञ्चन परिहरेत् तद्व्रतम्। अथ चतुर्दशः खण्डः। उद्यन् हिंकारः उदितः प्रस्तावः मध्यन्दिनः उद्गीतः अपराह्णः प्रतिहारः अस्तम्यन्निधनम् एतत् बृहत् आदित्ये प्रोतं स य एवमेतत् बृहत् आदित्ये प्रोतं वेद तेजस्वी अन्नादो भवति सर्वमायुरेति जोग्जीवति महान् प्रजया पशुभिर्भवति महान् कीर्त्या तपन्तं न निन्देत तद्व्रतम्। अथ पञ्चदशः खण्डः। अभ्राणि सम्प्लवन्ते सहिंकारः मेघो जायते स प्रस्तावः वर्षति स उद्गीतः विद्योतते स्तनयति स प्रतिहारः उद्गृह्णाति तन्निधनम् एतद् वैरूपं पर्जन्ये प्रोतं स य एवमेतत् वैरूपं पर्जन्ये प्रोतं वेद विरूपागंश्च सुरूपागंश्च पशून् अवरुन्धे सर्वमायुरेति जोग्जीवते महान् प्रजया पशुभिर्भवति महान् कीर्त्या वर्षन्तं न निन्देत तद्व्रतम्। षोडशः खण्डः। वसन्तो हिंकारः ग्रीष्मः प्रस्तावः वर्षा उद्गीतः शरत् प्रतिहारः हेमन्तो निधनम् एतत् वैराजम् ऋतुषु प्रोतं स य एवम् एतत् वैराजम् ऋतुषु प्रोतं वेद विराजति प्रजया पशुभिः ब्रह्मवर्चसेन सर्वमायुरेति ज्योक् जीवते महान् प्रजया पशुभिर्भवति महान् कीर्त्या कीर्त्यति कीर्त्य ऋतून् न निन्देत तद्व्रतम्। अथ सप्तदशः खण्डः। पृथिवी हिंकारः अन्तरिक्षं प्रस्तावः द्यौरुद्गीतः दिशः प्रतिहारः समुद्रो निधनम् एताः शक्वर्यो लोकेषु प्रोताः स य एवमेताः शक्वर्यो लोकेषु प्रोताः वेद लोकी भवति सर्वमायुरेति जोग्जीवति महान् प्रजया पशुभिर्भवति महान् कीर्त्या लोकान् न निन्देत तद्व्रतम्। अथ अष्टादशः खण्डः। अजाहिंकारो अवयः प्रस्तावः गाव उद्गीतः अश्वाः प्रतिहारः पुरुषो निधनम् एताः रेवत्यः पशुषु प्रोताः स य एवमेता रेवत्यः पशुषु प्रोता वेद पशुमान् भवते सर्वमायुरेति ज्योग्जीवति महान् प्रजया पशुभिर्भवते महान् कीर्त्या पशून् न निन्देत तद्व्रतम्। अथ एकोनविंशः खण्डः। लोमहिंकारः त्वक्प्रस्तावः मागं समुद्गीतः अस्थिप्रतिहारः मज्जानिधनम् एतत् यज्ञाय यज्ञीयम् अङ्गेषु प्रोतं स य एवमेतत् यज्ञायज्ञीयमङ्गेषु प्रोतं वेद अङ्गी भवति न अङ्गेन विहूर्च्छति सर्वमायुरेति जोग्जीवति महान् प्रजया पशुभिर्भवति महान् कीर्त्या संवत्सरं मग्नो नाश्नीयात् तद्व्रतं मग्नो नाश्नीयात् इति वा। अथ विंशः खण्डः। अग्निर्हिंकारः वायुः प्रस्तावः आदित्यः उद्गीतः नक्षत्राणि प्रतिहारः चन्द्रमा निधनम् एतद् राजनं देवतासु प्रोतं स य एवमेतद् राजनं देवतासु प्रोतं वेद एतासाम् एव देवतानागं सलोकतागं सार्ष्टितागं सायुज्यं गच्छति सर्वमायुरेति जोग्जीवति महान् प्रजया पशुभिर्भवति महान् कीर्त्या ब्राह्मणान् न निन्देत तद्व्रतम्। अथ एकविंशः खण्डः। त्रयी विद्याहिंकारः त्रय इमे लोकाः स प्रस्तावः अग्निर्वायुरादित्यः स उद्गीतो नक्षत्राणि वयागंसि मरीचयः स प्रतिहारः सर्पा गन्धर्वाः पितरः तन्निधनम् एतत् साम सर्वस्मिन् प्रोतं स य एवमेतत् साम सर्वस्मिन् प्रोतं वेद सर्वगं भवति तदेष श्लोकः। यानि पञ्चदा त्रीणि तेभ्यो न ज्यायः परमन्यदस्ति यस्तद्वेद स वेद सर्वगं सर्वादिशो बलिम् अस्मै हरन्ति सर्वमस्मि इति उपासीत तद्व्रतम्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ओम अथ कृष्ण यजुर्वेदांतर्गत तैत्तिरीय आरण्यकांतर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषत् ओम यस्मात् जातं जगत् सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रलीयते येनेदं धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरुचीनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते ॐ अथ प्रथमा शिक्षावल्ली प्रथमोऽनुवाकः शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 Salute to Brahma Tattva, salute to Shruti Mata, salute to entire Brahma Vidya Acharyas, salutations to Vedavyasa Vaishampani Agnivalkya, and special salutations to the Bhashyakara for helping us to understand the otherwise impossible Veda mantras, Shruti mantras, Upanishad mantras. Salutations to our own gurus, salutations to all the devatas whose upasana we do in our puja room every day. May all of them bless us with all the required qualities to know the thing required to be known and to do the thing which is required to be done to reach the place having reached where we experience the liberation or a mukti. Now, in today's introduction, for a minute or so, before we continue the study of Jnana Karma Samuccevada Khandanam, then Jnana Devatu Kaivalyam Nirupanam, one thought is what? Ki, a day, a stage should come in our life where we should become little sattvic. In that sattva guna, we should start thinking. In that thinking, we should understand one thing. What thing we have to understand is that we don't understand anything completely. We are in the vagueness of understanding of everything. With that only we are conducting ourselves both in our worldly life as well as spiritual. That vagueness understanding, half understanding, non-complete understanding technically is called as moha, called as a delusion. As the other day also in another class we discussed about it, the biggest delusion of the delusion is that it never allows us to know that we are in delusion. माया का सबसे बड़ा खेल क्या है कि वो हमको जानने नहीं देती है कि हम माया में हैं. बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम. With all the study of Shastras from such a long period of time, just if we close our eyes and look at about which thing we are thorough and clear and authentic in our understanding without doubt, full conviction के साथ बिना delusion का, confusion का, half understanding का, about which thing have we understood what is this body made up of, what for it is given, and what exactly we are supposed to do and what we are doing now. But still going on, moment by moment, day by day, in that delusion only without the clarity. So, to why the world in front of me of this Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasagandha? Have we thought about it? Is it clear to us every moment why the world is in front of us? How it is deluding or binding us? How we have to put a check to that world and full stop to the world so that it doesn't disturb me? Are we clear about any of these things? किधर है? But जिंदगी चली रही है. Then are we very clear about all our relations, whether it's grandparents, parents, Siblings are the children or friends around, the relations around. What is the position of me in their life? What is the position of them in my life? Am I very clear? Where is the clarity? So much we are in delusion कि उनको कैसे समझना है relatively, for what purpose the Shastras have given us to maintain these relations. Unlike the Pashus, in the animals, all that is not there. In human only, all these bandhana, bandhutva are there. Why they are given? What is the sacredness, auspiciousness in them? How to maintain, manage them? How to eke out maximum from all that for our own outer prosperity, inner peace, and how they have to be used for spirituality. Are they useful? If not, how to check them again, put them a full stop so that they don't become obstruction to our own spiritual evolution. Where is the clarity to us? How much clear we are about our own prana kosha, mano kosha? Are we clear about our mind? Have we become aware of the mind first of all? Have we recognized that there is something called as mind which is managing everything? We don't know. We are in delusion. Mind and its moods, mind where from it is springing, why mind has these type of thoughts. After this only, then we can understand, no, which are detrimental and which are useful. After that only we will eliminate the detrimental ones. We include the useful in our mind, but we never minded our mind only. With all our study of Shastras, we are doing from so many years. Yet, see the amount of delusion that is there. Delusion regarding our day schedule, regarding our what time you have to get up in the morning, what are the things to be prioritized throughout the day, what to eat, what not to eat, whom to meet, whom not to meet, what activities to involve or not to involve. About which thing we are clear. Whom to befriend, whom to keep away, how long we have to involve in money or profession, where to put the full stop to them, how to respond to whatever happening in the outer grass or world. अब किस चीज का क्लैरिटी है मुझे तो नहीं है बाबा एवरी एस्पेक्ट देयर इज डेल्यूशन recognizing is the first step. Then it's only after some many lives of studying of Shastra that first the Parabrahma Tattva is thoroughly understood, then the Maya Tattva is thoroughly understood, then how the Maya is making all these things conspicuously thoroughly understood, not just heard like we are listening every day. सुन रहे हैं हम लेकिन उसका कोई मायना नहीं हो रहा है कोई फर्क ही नहीं हो रहा अंदर we are continuing the same anxieties, same fears, same excitement, same expectations, same restlessnesses, same inferiority or superiority complexes, same comparison, same competitions, where the samsara has gone away from us. Did we recognize what is the meaning of samsara? Delusion. Role of Paramatma and Upasana, role of the Guru and Sharanagati, role of the Shastra and Nitya Nirantarata in the study of the Shastra. Still, we feel we know, but we don't nothing. That is the power of delusion, that it deludes us in such a way that it doesn't allow us to know that we are deluded. Only after knowing it, which is the first step, that I am deluded, first accept. I am deluded in so many ways. Second acceptance. Then that is the cause of being away from the truth. That is the cause of being samsari continuously with all struggles. Then we start understanding, therefore, what to do at every moment. So that we are not in the influence of delusion, but we are working under the influence of wisdom. See, we have the delusion of wisdom, but we don't have the wisdom that we are deluded. हमको मोह है करके ऐसा ज्ञान नहीं है, लेकिन हमको ज्ञान हो गया करके मोह है। एंड सच ए कार्टून वी ऑल आर, इंक्लूडिंग द स्पीकर हियर। सो पावरफुल इज माया, एंड भगवान ऊपर ना इस माया का प्रयोग हम सबके ऊपर करके, एंड व्हेन अंडर द इन्फ्लुएंस ऑफ दिस माया और अविद्या डेल्यूजन, व्हेन वी आर एक्टिंग लाइक कार्टून्स एवरी मोमेंट, वो भगवान जो है ना, क्या कहते हैं ना, लोट पोट होकर ही इज होल्डिंग ऑन टू हिज स्टमक एंड इज लाफिंग लाइक एनीथिंग, like when the children prattle meaninglessly, either with themselves or with other child. How do you look at and laugh, no? क्या बोल रहे हो? एनीथिंग दे से, दे ब्रिंग इमोशन, ऑल दैट। कोई दिमाग होता नहीं वो लोग का, लेकिन कुछ कहते जाते हैं। सेम वे वी आर ऑल डूइंग एवरीथिंग विदाउट दिमाग, विथ दीमक इन द दिमाग, फुल illusion only about everything. That is why the need of Nirantara Shastra Shravanam Adhyanam and Nirantara Guru Daiva Upasana, that they make us first realize that we are in delusion. Then they tell us what is the delusion at every moment we are living. Then they tell us what is wisdom. Then how to use that wisdom, live wisdom, and leave or eliminate the moha or confusion or delusion. We don't know why we go to temples. We don't know why we go to Tirtha Yatras. We go to eat in the hotel, but that also with delusion. When निकलते हैं बस, no clarity which hotel to go, what to order. At that moment जो मन में आए वो order कर देते हैं, बस खत्म. We don't know how to shop. What is required, which job it is available, it's going on. 90% delusion. Suddenly car खरीद ली. Do you need that? But you don't think it. हाँ पैसे गए खरीद लिया. अब उसको रखो, maintain करो. These are all waste of time and thought, is it not? But we don't understand it, accept it because we are deluded. Just make a call, Ola and whatever they are there, they come take you, हो गया 500 में काम. आप 20 लाख लगा के खरीदा, उसको देखते रह रहे हो बस. Those who are just for the sake of show off bought, for them I am telling. Those who really need it, it is to required bought. एक नहीं तो दो खरीदो. That's why the cars are produced by the Lord. We don't deny it. But we are talking about our delusions. Why we go to friends and relatives' house, we don't know. Why do we invite them, we don't know. With clarity. Vague only. Delusion. How to celebrate festivals? Aha. हर बार illusion ही है हमको. That much is tamo guna of ours. That of no aspect we are very clear. Isn't it? Recognizing that we are in pakka 100% delusion is first step of wisdom. Then at every level, then we have to start contemplating and thinking on the basis of the Shastra. Every Shastra, whether it is Vedanta Shastra, Shruti Purana Shastra, Smriti Shastra, through all those stories, explanation stories, or the shlokas or Niti Vakyas, what they are teaching us, wisdom. Like Vidura Niti, we are seeing from last 226 days. Today is the last day after this class. What Vidura was trying to do is give us wisdom and remove the delusion. But we are in such a delusion that we don't want wisdom, so we don't attend that class. And I was so surprised today. Yeah, you'll be also surprised. After all that is said, when Vidura stops speaking, you know what? Dhritarashtra says to the end, you know what Prarabdha has to bring, that only bring. But I am under the influence of delusion, influence of my attachment to my son. I can't help. He concludes in delusion only. No, imagine what Vidura might have thought कि 590 श्लोक मैंने इसको सिखाया. At the conclusion, he says, your wisdom is yours, tera tujhko arpan, kya lage mera. And he says, I feel that I also think the same thing. And you are not wrong. What you said is right, and all that I know. But yet, I can't give up my attachment to my son. See the power of delusion in Dhritarashtra, and all of us are his own successors. Recognize it, and by enhancing knowledge, Theoretical, practicing it, seeing the experience, coming to conviction, live that wisdom. Conviction is wisdom. I have gained knowledge, I practiced it, I got the result, that gave me conviction, that is called as wisdom. So live the convictions, live the wisdoms. Having known, having practiced, knowing for one's own. Like what is pure love. It is a delusion only to us so far because we never thought what is the meaning of pure love. Then we should think, understand, and express it for a few months. Then experience it, the joy of it. Then it is a conviction. Then we are living the life of love, which is our wisdom. So to forgiveness, so to non reaction. Each of them are words for us, only mere words. Not even dictionary meaning we remember or know it. Then when to deeply understand and then practice and live that wisdom, LIVE. So, hey Bhagavan, we are in Mahamaya, Mahamoha. Everything is going on, but under the influence of delusion only. जैसे ना जो नॉर्थ इंडिया में सर्दियों में there is a mistiness, vagueness of the route because of the fog, but still धीरे धीरे हम चलाते रहते भगवान की कृपा से बिना एक्सीडेंट घर पहुंचते हैं बट दे आर वेरी वेग अबाउट द रूट एंड ऑल इतना वो धुंध होता है जैन एंडिंग फर्स्ट वीक टू सेकंड वीक इन द सेम वे आवर लाइफ एवरी डे इज वेग ओनली फॉर एग्जाम्पल सुबह से अब तक जो किया उसमें कितना कन्विक्शन क्लैरिटी विजडम था थ्रू द डे व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू डू आई एम क्लियर कन्विंस्ड विजडम के साथ हूं मैं कि जब आएगा तब देखा जाएगा आ रहा है जा रहा है बट क्या कर रहे हैं क्यों कर रहे हैं कुछ पता नहीं वी डू आवर जपा बट देयर इज नो क्लैरिटी इन इट वी आर डूइंग आवर उपासना बट सम वेगनेस डेल्यूजन हाँ करेंगे भगवान विल बी हैप्पी विल डू समथिंग फॉर अस सब डेल्यूजन ओनली there's no awareness that this is the name of the Lord in this salutation is there. This is done for this concentration purpose. This is done for the purity purpose. This is done for invoking divine grace. This is to divinize my mind. Where is the Bataya? Even then it won't be there. Our information gathering from the acharyas or the gurus or the classes or shastra is like writing on a water. Write your name on water, Mr. So and so. व्हाट इज मीन सो एंड सो घर में भी सोता है क्लास में भी सोता है इसलिए सो एंड सो अगेन सो राइटिंग ऑन ए वाटर राइट योर नेम किधर है नहीं है इन द सेम वे जब का तब हमारा लिखा हुआ मन में वो मिट जाता है दैट्स कॉल्ड तमोगुण दैट्स कॉल्ड नेग्लिजेंस दैट इज कॉल्ड प्रमाद दैट्स कॉल्ड इनएडवर्टेंस ऑल दैट इज बिकॉज वी आर सच ए चाइल्डिश लेवल we don't know the importance of all this. All our importance, attention is lost only in our self-security as a body and propitiating the body and senses through variety of indulgences. In that animalistic, childlike, worldly personality only we are conducting. Therefore, the importance of all these are never known. We never attended. Therefore, neither clear understanding nor the memory therefore not living according to that मन में आ गया लेट अस मेक इट एंड ईट इट और किसी ने दे दिया वो थैंक यू करके खा ली इट्स ए डेल्यूजन what he has given who is the fellow who gave with what intention and purpose he gave if I consume it how it affects physically mentally how much I must consume should I consume or not if no how to say no to him देखो where is the clarity खाई जा रहे every aspect मैं बैठ गया टीवी के सामने पुट इट ऑन एंड वॉच न्यूज वॉच दैट दिस दैट अरे यार क्या करे तो दिमाग लगाओ व्हाट फॉर जस्ट लाइक दैट देखेंगे व्हाट देखेंगे यू शुड हैव आइडिया फर्स्ट आई वांट टू सी 10 मिनट्स न्यूज चैनल वन ऑफ द स्पिरिचुअल प्रोग्राम फॉर हाफ एन आवर हो गया exactly what's over you should finish that what is next job we should be focusing on that then the next then next in this way with full clarity wisdom conviction toward the goal and means we should conduct every moment. That is called the wisdom or maturity. Absence of that is vagueness or the delusion. Anytime put on any program you see and something is attractive, you are lost in that. And by the time that program is over, your mind is so much confused or deluged or created with so many impressions of that, some tiredness to the mind and all. और क्या कर रहे हो अपने जिंदगी के साथ? See that vagueness. I don't know. For everything, common answer is मुझे नहीं मालूम. I don't know, but I am living. Pashus live like that. Manusha also lives like that, but it is not allowed for him. Every day, every life, he'll have to go on adding the wisdom and remove the delusion. And final thought of delusion is what? What is the ultimate goal? Should be known. What are the sadhanas for that to reach? And what are the preparations? Exactly, clearly, when we are about it, then we have clear in our spiritual freedom from delusion. In the Vyavaharic delusions, then every time recognizing the situations and remembering the past experience of ours and others, what is the way to respond or react? Even शास्त्र को भी पढ़कर एग्जैक्टली जैसा करने से वो टलता जाएगा, मतलब वो प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगा. The work is going on happening. If we are in that mood, we are wise, which is a Shuddha Sattva Guna Lakshana. Many, many lives when you do the upasana of the Ishvara, Ishtadeva and Guru with their grace alone. That Shuddha Sattva Guna in which there is full wisdom and no vagueness. Like Pujya Gurudev. Why he started Samstha? It is not vague. Why he started that courses to the Brahmachari training? Not vague. He did not start centers with his vagueness. Not variety of the programs, whatever he has done. We all follow it without knowing completely, but that benefits, therefore, that faith is protecting. But he is not with faith doing all that. He is doing with clarity, wisdom. पक्का शास्त्र का इससे क्या फायदा होगा, ऋषि परंपरा का इससे क्या फायदा, what is the benefit of the for the culture and tradition with that, and how for patriotism it helps, how it helps each jiva if the shastra jnana is gained, how their convictions turn towards the moksham from the bandhana creating samsara. Is so clear about it, no vagueness. That's the beauty of life. Yeah. So please let us realize that we are in delusion. So to others also. And in delusion, any type of nonsense can happen. Therefore, ask others to forgive, so to keep on forgiving. But don't justify that murkhata or delusion. Keep on adding to the wisdom. With the wisdom, let us learn to live. Shastras are giving nothing but wisdom. The spiritual wisdom giving Shastras are Upanishads, the Vyavaharic wisdom giving Shastras are the other Smriti Granthas, Ityad. And all the Purana Itihasa, through demonstration, they teach us. This is how the wisdom or wise person should live. And this is how he should not live. One text only, Mahabharatam, Pandavas, Kauravas. You are not in Pandava Paksha or Kaurava Paksha. We are only students of that Mahabharata text. So it gives us wisdom. Live like Pandavas, not like Duryodhana. See, that is how it is. Having said so, now let us continue our Jnana Karma Samuchaya Vada Khandanam Vidya Eva Moksha Hetuhu Nirupanam. Now, here in this thing, we are seeing from 3-4 days. 3 more days we will study, no hurry. But while studying or analyzing what Bhagavan Shankara trying to tell us, if we are little keen, interested, careful, applying ourselves, we can see so many of the beautiful maturities, understandings, tips he is giving for our better life to come out of delusion. The discussion itself is revealing in how many ways we are lost. That's what I was talking so far. In how many delusions we are lost and what is the correct understanding. Not one, not two. Each of the point raised by Purvapakshi, from that how many can be learned. Siddhanta's answer, when you clearly listen it, analyze it, it just shows us, it appears like a mirror to us, only to show that where we are going wrong. in our prioritizing. किसको हम वैल्यू दे रहे हैं, किसको नहीं दे रहे हैं. अब जिसको देना है नहीं दे रहे हैं, जिसको नहीं देना दे रहे. That's what is bondage. All these things are revealed through this discussion between Purvapaksha Siddhanta. If you are very keen and careful in that. Very, very interesting, excellent topic actually, this one. Upanishad mantras, their Bhashyam is telling us about the truth and sadhana. It's okay. That is very important. That's ultimate. But such discussions, if they are not helping us in removing our so many strong wrong notions, Bhagavan Adi Shankara would have not paused here and gave such an elaborate comment. They're all genius. Bhagavan Shankara Vyasa, they're all Karaka Purushas, They're not even one word also of no use. Every word is useful. Every sentence, every prasanga, everything what they mention is only in the interest of us. There is something to learn. No, practice. They are not time pass brand. They are not ignorance or the delusion brand that what they are doing they don't know. They are not like us. They are Bhagavana in that avatar. Bhava eva bhavan iti me nitaram samajayata chetasi kautukita. Mama vare moha mahajaladhim bhava shankara deshakame sharanam. See, remove this huge ocean of delusion, hey Bhagavan Shankara, through your guidance, blessings. So, that's what we chant in Totakastakam. Mama moha mahajaladhim varaya. Remove all the maha samudra of the moha. Or let me cross that. Bhagavan's bhashya is in that way. Now, what is the discussion? Is the Purvapakshi wants to continue his insistence of the need of karma. He was already doing the karma earlier. He was doing Nishiddha karma. From there, he came to Kamya karma. Then he came to Dharma karma. Then he came to Nishkama Sevadi karma. Now, he wants to do, even for getting the moksha, karma only. He is unable to give it up. And who is he? You and me only. He is unable to give up. He is again a delusion. What is the delusion in this Purvapakshi? He is not ruthlessly rejecting or fighting or arguing with the Siddhanti. No. He is not able to understand for himself what he thinks is not complete. Understand, he is in a helpless state of his own earlier habits of gaining everything through karma. Therefore, moksha also can be and should be gained through karma. In the delusion he is there, Bhagavan through all logics trying to tell him to come out of that, guiding him to come out of that. He is specifically crystal clearly telling the purpose of the karma, purpose of upasana, purpose of vidya. Don't be in vagueness. And Shankara Bhagavan is not arguing to refute the Siddhanta of the Purvapakshi for the sake of defeating him. No, he is only speaking the Satya there in the interest of him and everyone to really get moksha. Like his mother and father are arguing with the child to study, etc., to defeat the children or to tell the truth. They are telling the truth. There is no defeat. Shankara Bhagavan has defeated 72 Vaditins of that time. Disaptati Mato Chetre Namaha. 72 or 140. Disaptati. So he did not defeat them in the language as we say defeated. He has established the truth in front of all of them, which they were not aware of. They were deluded in their own notions or wrong siddhanta. Is it clear? Here also, Purvapakshi is lost in the karma. He is not able to catch. And you and I only that Purvapakshi, that as long as we are in any karma, noble or ignoble, the karma include the karta and karma phala and all, which are obstructions only for the moksha. In the moksha sthiti, they are all not there. That higher, deeper understanding is not yet arising up to. If this is not given to him right now, then even in the future Vallis, when pure moksha vidya is given, there instead of listening, contemplating, knowing the truth, he still will be hankering around what to do to get moksha. He'll be always in that action of doing only. There's nothing to do or gain regarding spiritual Atmanubhava. It is already there. You have to realize that. That's called Vidya. You don't know that, that is avidya. You just know it, that is Vidya. कुछ करना नहीं है उसमें. But this he doesn't want to understand. He is honest only. He wants moksha. But he wants moksha as karma phala. But any karma has limitation in its time, duration, and everything. So phala also should be limited. Then how can you call it as moksha? And one point is what? Moksha is shashvatam. Nobody wants the temporary moksha. Everybody is seeking permanent. But in the temporary, seeking is going on. Why? Because they want permanent moksha only. But inquiring or searching it in the temporary wale, every temporary one is giving a little of moksha in that manner. Again, that's by getting into bondage, is trying something else, is going on in that way. In search of permanent moksha, is permanently in wrong way, doing wrong things. There's not doing wrong things in Vedanta. In Vedanta, doing itself is wrong. Like yesterday in Bhagavata we saw, samsara and samsarika, both bandhana is not there to him. In Vishnu Sahasranama it came. Bhagavan has no samsarika samasya or bandhanam, samsara bandhanam. The problems in the world, problem called as the world, both of them are not there to him. Vitabhaya or Vidvattama Vitabhaya, that name. Okay. Now yesterday we came up to, he was talking about the Gati Shruti Virodha. When he explained Bhagavan Adi Shankara, we come to this point. So, Gati Shruti, Shruti Apya iti chetu. So, earlier he said, कि there are the vachanas, words of the Shastra, which tell about beginning of the moksha, endlessness of the moksha. Because in the earlier argument, Siddhanta said, moksha is nitya. He is agreeing, this moksha is nitya, but should be arambita. Arambita with karma. And there are some shrutis. That in this way he gets into moksha and it continues. Like nasa punaravartate ityad. For that what Siddhanti told the answer, ki these words of the Brahmajnana are, they are only the jnapakam. So, jnapakatvad vachanasya, and it is not avidyamanasya kartru. The Upanishad vachanas about Paramatma are revealing eternally existing Paramatma. They are not prompting us to do something to create Paramatma as if he is not there. Be careful about it. So वचन जो ऑलरेडी है उसका ज्ञापन के लिए ये वचन है, not to create something which is not there. Atma Anubhav gives moksha. Atma is eternally there. They will just realize it and moksha. So that Atma ka jnapan means making us aware of it, is a purpose of words, not creating which is not there. It is eternally there. Therefore, your point of starting doesn't come there valid. शुरू करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Therefore, कर्म से ही शुरू होता है तो कर्म की जरूरत नहीं है. Thereafter, we have seen Vidya Karma remove the moksha pratibandha. When this point again was brought, then Siddhanti said, karma has these four effects of utpatti, samskara, vikara, and apti or prapti. These four are not required for the Atma or moksha. Therefore, what karma accomplishes, those accomplishments are not required or valid in the moksha giving Atmanubhuti. Therefore, karma is not required. Like A law student goes to a doctor and says, मुझे आपका assistant बनाओ. What have you studied? I have done my LLB. अरे your LLB इधर कैसे काम को आएगा? It won't help here, no. You go to a big lawyer and be an assistant to an advocate. उधर मेरे पास तुम्हारा क्या काम है? तुम्हारे पास जो है वो यहाँ काम को नहीं आता. You can't talk legal points to his patients. वो दर्द से आ रहा है, वो उसको बिठा के दफा 301 के बारे में बताओ, वो मरेगा वो. So to O karma, you can do utpatti, apti and samskara and vikara. But this Paramatma Tattva is not Utpadya, Apya, Vikarya or Samskarya. Therefore, what you can do is not required here. Therefore, you are not required here. Interesting? When he spoke about this, कि विद्या कर्म समुच्चय से प्रतिबंध निकाल चल जाता है, he says no, it becomes actually what karma does is these four, they are not required. Therefore, in this way also, your argument is thwarted. Then he took up another topic of Gati Shruti. Gati Shruti is what? In the Shruti, there are some sentences which talk about the Gamanam, movement of for liberation, moksha. And then movement is an action. Therefore, action is said by the Shruti for the moksha. Therefore, let us act to get the moksha. That was his point. And to that, what Bhagavan gave the answer? Ki that Paramatma Tattva, see, Parabrahma, Paramatma, Atma, Moksha, Mukti, they're all synonymous. Never ever miss this thought. This Paramatma is even the Karana of the Akasha, therefore is Sarvavyapaka. Listen very carefully this logic. Every object has limitation of time and place. इतना टाइम के लिए है, इतना प्लेस में है. All the objects gross are in the space, which is infinite. So too, in the mind, all world of thoughts are there. The mind space also is infinite. Clear? Now, these mind space called Chitta Akasha, outer space called as Bhuta Akasha, both are caused from Paramatma. Therefore, if the space, these two are infinite, how much infinite must be that the Paramatma who has cause for these two? Infinite means all pervading. Sarva Vyapaka hai. Point one. Sarva Vyapaka होने के कारण गति will not be required there. है कि नहीं? कोई चीज आपको आपके घर के सामने मार्केट में मिल रहा है, तो why do you go to somewhere else? And in your own apartment, if it is available, why do you go even to outside your apartment? If it is available in your own floor, why do you go even down of your apartment? अगर वो अपने घर में ही है तो और कहीं जाएंगे नहीं ना, और वो आपके ही अंदर है. When it is said it is sarvavyapaka, if it is in you only, then where is the need of going? See, Gati Shruti को इस तरह भाष्यकार has given answer. Then he will answer later on that Gaman is for the Karya Brahma and not the Karya Brahma. It's for Karya Brahma, not the Karana Brahma. That will anyway he'll answer. But first he'll have to tell his point for that fellow to catch and think about strongly. The Paramatma we are talking about is the Karana even for Akasha, therefore is Sarva Vyapaka. Therefore, to obtain him, you need not go from one place to the other. More important in this is the second one. What is that? That Paramatma which is to be obtained, be attained to, is never away from, apart from. The one who has to obtain, called as Vijnanatma, the Jiva. तो विज्ञानात्मा जीव से हटकर अलग वो नहीं है कि वो जाना पड़ता है. It's only in the ignorance of that self The Jiva Bhava imagined. That's it. More than that. There are not two things that Parabrahma and Jiva alag alag. Are there two things like water and wave alag alag? Think about it. There is nothing called water alone in and through the wave. When the water is not realized as the wave water, we are calling it as wave because of shape, etc. That's it. These two are very powerful. That's why, see how when we study these portions, our intellects become deeper and sharper in understanding. Jivo Brahmaiva na aparaha. ईश्वर हमसे जीव अविनाशी, ईश्वर के अंश है जीव, और जैसे ईश्वर अविनाशी है जीव भी अविनाशी है. जीव अविनाशी in the sense is what? He is not real. Ishvara is real. Ishvara also is relative to Maya. What is absolute really only Parabrahma. Jada Chetana Ghana Ananda Rashi. So the two things with which the Gamana Kriya is refused is what? One is it is all pervading. Second is it is none other than the one who is pursuing it. So therefore, I will go to some place where I am not there. And I will get something which is not me. I don't get myself. And I will not go to that place where I am already there. No, as an infinite self, I am everywhere there. So where will I go? And though now I am in a delusion of Jiva, yet, according to Shastra, that Brahma is me only. Therefore, how can I go there and become the target? That it's only illusion, delusion, which you have to remove through Vidya. That's it. These two, that's what he said. Ki sarvagatatvat gantrubhecha ananyatvatu. So akasadi karanatvat sarvagatam brahma. Brahma avyatirektaha cha sarve vijnanatmanaha. Both the things. ब्रह्म से अलग ही नहीं है सारे जीव जो भी है. नो वे भी सेपरेट फ्रॉम वाटर. तेना न आप्यह मोक्षा. Therefore moksha is not achieved by going from some place to the other place. See, moksha se nahi vasosti nahi gramaantaram च अज्ञान हृदय ग्रंथिर्नाश एव मोक्ष इति स्मृतः. The delusion in the heart, the knot of delusion or ignorance in the heart, removing itself is moksha. Only misunderstanding, that's removed by understanding. Understanding is not an action. Knowing whatever is there. Now here he says, ganto anyat vibhinna desham cha bhavati gantavyam. The place to go is something different from the person who has to go there. Nahi yena eva avyatiriktam yato tat tena gamyate. And then that which is not other than me, how can I go into that? Tad ananyatva prasiddhi cha. And this jiva is never anya from Paramatma. This is very prasiddha in so many Upanishadic Shruti quotations. So many rishis munis have experienced and told us that the goal which I am to reach is none other than me. But only I am deluded now. Instead of myself knowing the self, I am only playing the play of the jiva. Like a stage artist player. The play with all his makeup. Unike andar the real self is there. But the real individual is made up of and he given a role to play. They're all superimposition. They're not real. He may be delivering dialogues. He may be entertaining the people. This is called the world, no? Delusion. All that is okay, but he is inside him is somebody different. He'll only have to drop the costumes and realize himself. He'll not go somewhere else and discover. Is it that from the green room when he comes to this room or the stage that the original fellow को वहाँ रखा है और actor को इधर लाया, then after action is over on the stage, then he is going there into the green room and obtaining himself, the original fellow. The original is wherever this fellow goes, he is there. On him only the various actions or roles or costumes are superimposed. So wherever Jiva goes, there Paramatma is already there. On Paramatma only, through Padi, Jiva Bhava is superimposed. Therefore, everywhere Paramatma is there. Therefore, the Gamana Kriya is not required. So that fellow wants to do something, the Pura Pakshi. जाऊंगा मैं कम से कम जाने का काम तो करने दो. No need to go, fellow. जिसको तुम पाना चाहते हो ऑलरेडी हो. And that being all pervading, you need not go. All pervading, therefore need not go. None other than you, therefore cannot go. Therefore, no going required. Therefore, going karma drop. That is why from going here to other loka, इधर लोका, हमको उस लोकों के पुण्य मिलता है, सुख मिलता होगा, not moksha. Moksha is here and now, else never and nowhere. And once it is here and now, it is everywhere and every place and every time. If it is not here, it is nowhere. If it is not now, it is never. If it is not in this situation, it is nowhere in any other situation. If it is not within me, it is nowhere else. If it is not me, it is none. We have to be very careful about the. It will be. This is called pure Vedantam. We are starting to listen by Shankara's Kripa, and definitely it starts entering into us. But be regular and be Gambhira in trying to listen and understand. Don't leave this portion. Only fortunate few listen to these sublime things. Others जिनको किस्मत नहीं वो लोग आएंगे भी नहीं क्लास. And this sorts out so many delusions and confusions in us. No, is it not entering to our heart? Therefore, if wherever I am placed by the Lord, there only by becoming introverted, I have to, through the contemplation of my own essential self, be the self and get liberated. Without that, wherever I go as Upadi, and with Upadi, wherever I go, I am Upadi but the Jiva only. On the other hand, when I discover myself, after that, through Upadi, wherever I go, I am liberated only. Therefore, a bound person, wherever he goes, bound. A liberated person, wherever he goes, liberated. Therefore, don't go anywhere, stay one place and discover yourself and first get liberated. एक जगह अपने रहकर ध्यान के द्वारा ये डिल्यूजन को निकालो कि मैं जीवा हूं. रिकॉग्नाइज दैट अहम ब्रह्मास्मि. हो गया मोक्ष. इट्स अ विद्या. विद्या के द्वारा ही मोक्ष है, नॉट थ्रू कर्म. सो गंतु गमन श्रुति इज गति श्रुति इज रेफ्यूटेड. हो गया. Then the Jiva himself is Paramatma deluded. Paramatma is not deluded. Jiva deluded that he is Jiva real, Parama is not Paramatma. Quoting that this Paramatma is in very everyone, playing the role of Jiva, but Jiva thinks he is real, never recognizing his Paramatma sthiti. Quotations are plenty given. What are they? Ki tat sruštva tadeva anupravishatu. I explained yesterday. Bhagavan only created all the Upadi, himself entered and playing the play of Jiva. Deho devalaya proktaha Jivo devah sanatana. Tyachet ajnana nirmalyam. Saha aham bhavena pujayet. The real puja is Atma puja, not the outer pujas. First mantra chanted this only before the Upasana, but nobody gives importance to the meaning of this sloka. Deha devalaya proktaha. Everybody is a temple, this and that. Jivaha, the Jiva himself, Devo Sanatanaha. The one who is playing the role of Jiva himself is Sanatan Deva. And the Upasanas are what? Tejet Ajnana Nirmalyam. The Ajnana of identification with Upadi and living like a Jiva, that should be given up. Then, how to do that? Sa aham bhavena pujayet. The real puja is, I am not Jiva with Upadhi, I am Nirupadika Brahma. This type of contemplation is the real puja. पूजा करने के समय ये मंत्र सबसे पहले बोलते हैं. So tat sruštva tadevanu pravishatu. He only created Upadhi, he only entered into that, becoming Jiva and playing role. Therefore, in each one of us, the one who is playing like a Jiva is Paramatma only. We are never away apart from him. If he is not there, the Jiva has no existence. But because of avidya, Upadhi creation in Arthadatmyam is living life of Jiva. What is Jiva? Karta, Karmaphala, Bhokta. And for that, entering to different bodies. Mm. He is very much in us. Tat sruštva tadevanu pravishat. In the same way, kshetragnam chapi mam vidhi. So one from Shruti, one from Smriti. Enough Shruti Smriti Shatebhyaha. In that way, you go and search. Hundreds of Shruti Smriti are there where the Jiva who is pursuing Paramatma is never away from Paramatma, that he'll have to go somewhere to become him or get him. He is only in delusion that he is Jiva because of avidya. Through vidya, when he removes that bhava, he becomes or he discovers himself to be Brahma. That's called moksha. So Gati Shruti topic is discussed and over. Now he takes another one. But if you that way reject by your logic that Paramatma is everywhere, there never nowhere to go, and is never other than from the Jiva, therefore he cannot move into him. Then Veda will believe as final authority. In the Veda only Gati Shruti as well as Aishwarya Shruti is there. Gati and Aishwarya Shruti, then it gets refuted. That means you are going against Veda. There were those who go against Veda, the Nastika, as well as the biggest aparadam. So Gati Aishwarya Shruti means what? Whatever the sadhana has done here, as a result of which you are taken to other lokas. That's called Gamanam. There you are given all the enjoyments as a result of what is done here. That's called the Aishwarya. Like person working very hard in the company, knowing it, the company gives him promotion, posts him in a better place, increases salary, gives more facilities including vehicle and all, and provides him even accommodation. Is all called Aishwarya. And then he is made as leader of team. There are 20 people around him whom he commands. Gati and Aishwarya, understood? So in Upanishads, Vedas, Gati Aishwarya is spoken so many times. Then you say nowhere to go, nothing. Then that Shruti gets rejected, refuted, insulted. क्या कर रहे हैं आप सिद्धांति जी? पूर्व पक्षी is that way. See how the thinking is slowly giving us subtle understanding. You few who are attending this class are the most fortunate ones. And if you concentrate, contemplate, and get the point, we all will be lucky. Our clarity is much more than others. How much ever you study Aham Brahmasmi Mahatma Brahma, without this logical discussion and all, वो हमको दिमाग में पूरा नहीं बैठेगा. Why I am Brahma, how I am Brahma, how I have to be Brahma. Every of the topic is important. They talk about how I am Brahma, but why and how, that is not said there. So this is the logic given. Okay, the discussion is what now? Gati Aishwaryadi Shruti Virodha iti chet. गति ऐश्वर्य के बारे में श्रुति बहुत बोलती है ना, वो विरोध हो जाएगा. एंड ऑल्सो अथापि स्यात् यदि अप्राप्य मोक्षः गति श्रुति नाम. Then if you are rejecting Gati Shruti and Gati Shruti is talking about moksha, and then there is no moksha possible only. Sa ekada, sa yadi pitrukamo bhavati. See, sa ekadha means he will be going somewhere. Then sa pitruka loka kamo bhavati. There's a mantras. Only one little portion Bhashyakara quoted, thinking that this Purvapakshi knows all that. So the Pitru Loka Kamaha Bhavati and does the work here and definitely goes to Pitru Loka and there he is worshipped and given all the Sukha. So to Stribhir Yana Irva, he has done lot of Punya, then he is taken into Swarga and there Yanaihi is given all the vehicles and Stribhihi, he will be given all the beautiful women to be with, to get seva from them. Like Nachiketa was told by Yamaraj, Ima Ramaha Sarataha Saturyaha Nahi Idrusha Lambhaniya Manushyahi Abihi Matprattabihi Paricharayasva Nachiketo Maranam Manuprakshihi. No, these things should reveal to us something. Ki, this is not the whole world which we are living. Clear? We were before, we are after. Will be point one. Second is, this is not the only gross world which we are living. There are subtle worlds. Or we'll put it in the other way. Let me explain to you in more detailed and deeper manner, imagining, thinking that you will catch. See, what is ultimate speech of the Vedanta Upanishad? Ki other than Brahman, nothing is there. Nothing is there. Brahman is ultimate reality. If the Brahman is ultimate reality, then how come the Vedantas or Vedas, Shrutis are talking about the worlds other than this, called as the 14 lokas and all? You understand that? The point is, in the Shruti, be attentive. To lift our attention, value, importance, somehow from this particular Jiva Bhava, from this particular life, from the womb to the tomb, to lift our attention, identity from this. In the intermediate stage, Shruti talks about the presence of all those lokas, and from the Ishvara standpoint, really the lokas are there. Catch both of them. Attention is not to go to those lokas. Attention is to lift ourselves away from our cocooned, strong identification with this world as if this alone is real. यहाँ के बेस को हिलाकर हमें यहाँ से इजेक्ट आउट कराने के लिए वो बताते हैं. Afterwards, neither those lokas also are real, therefore they cannot be the goal. Goal is only Parabrahma, because that alone is real. That is why the same Shruti which talks about Urdhvaloka and tells us to do the punya to reach there, same again Shruti says, even those lokas also perishable, temporary like this. So those lokas are told about, and we are tempted about it for what? To come out of this. But those lokas also are not goal. Goal is Parabrahma. Therefore, when we reach there, then we are told, even this is not ultimate, because therefore, even this also you have to give up. Ultimate is only Parabrahma. This is the purpose of Shruti, talking about Uttama Urdhva Lokas. Neither to prove that they are really there, nor to tempt us with those things. In Shruti, the Tatparya of the Shruti, Tatparata, the ultimate goal of Shruti is to reach each one of us to our own Brahmanubhuti, and that alone is moksha hetu, moksha. Other than that, whichever the loka you go, there you are still as an individual with upadhis. Upadhis may be better than this, but still upadhi is upadhi. It has its own limitation. The limitation is not moksha. Conditioning is not moksha. Every upadhi, wherever you go, you are conditioned and limited. Even Brahmadeva, Vishnumurti, Shiva, all of them are conditioned only. But their conditions are higher, those conditionings are under their control. They are Ishwaras, therefore they are not samsari like us. Only thing is they don't have vasanas, they don't have desires. Therefore there is no samsara, but they are conditioned only. Upadhi. That's why Brahma only creator, he will not come for maintenance. That's a conditioning only. Vishnu only maintains, he is not the creator or destroyer. Condition ho gaya ki nahi? Through Upadhi. Compared to us, they are the higher, but then they are not higher than the Brahma Tattva. Brahma is neither Srishti Karta, Sthiti Karta, Laya Karta. He is not a Karta. Brahman is, that's it. And that Brahman is alone all, including you and me. Realizing myself to be that is called moksha. Other than that, anything you do, you get it, but that is bandhanam. Now you understand what is the meaning of karma bandhanam. Karma binds us with karma phala, because to get that karma phala, we go to those yonis and get those upadhis and identities. ये सब बंधन ही है. You are never established in your Atma Swarupa. Only in establishing Atma Swarupa there is moksha. Not listening to these detailed, deep explanations, people only deny Vedanta Advaitam and they say कि ये करे वो करे ये पाए वो पाए. अरे सब करो सब मिलेगा लेकिन मोक्ष नहीं मिलेगा याद रखो. Moksha is your own Swarupa. They were established in Swarupa moksha. Muktir hitva anyatha rupam Swarupena vyavasthita. Bhagavan Krishna who did all the leelas, during the leela, so much dushta shikshana, shishta dakshana he did. While doing all of that, everything was appearing so real. He was appearing to be involved with so much of kartrutva bhavana as an individual. So to Rama Avatara, that's what Parvati asked in Adhyatma Ramayana. Yeah, they are all the play. The beauty is what, in spite of all this appearing to be really happening, nothing is there in Parabrahma, like on a TV screen or in a dream. Everything appears to be happening, but nothing is real. See that? Talata Shanti examples, the Swapna examples, Maya example, then that Indrajala example. They're all appearing but not real. Luckily, we discussed this at length in Mandukya Upanishad in the Alata Shanti Prakarana. How all of that is appearance but not real because there's no stuff in it at all. Reality we imagine. It's only appearance. Appearance cannot be real. Why appears? That is called delusion and Maya. When you see the reality, the appearance disappears. Reality never lasts. It is as if disappeared. The world is never created as if it is appearing. Appearing world, when you make it disappeared, the disappeared reality surfaces. It is ever there. So he says, Strivihi Anaihi. It is said in Chandogya Upanishad. And also Pitruloka Kamaha, Pitrulokam Gachati. So Gati and also Aishwarya is told there. So many things are told. Like in many of the Falashrutis, it is said, no, that loka you are sent, that bhoga you are given, that pada you are given. In the loka, apnoti, chandralok, apnoti, you become this, that. How many Shrutis I have told about the Gati and Aishwarya? So, you are saying what you are saying is logically understood. But then Shruti Vaki ka virod ho gaya na. Then how can you do that highest of the crime of denying what Shruti said? See, he is blackmailing the Siddhanta emotionally. But Siddhanta is not talking anything without his clear experience and understanding. No, therefore nobody can defeat him. The people can go away in their inability to understand and accept what Siddhanta says. That is their defeat. Like the parents tell what is good for children. If the children don't practice it, it is not parents' defeat. It is their defeat that they did not understand and practice. पेरेंट्स आर नेवर डिफीटेड. सत्य बोलने वाला कोई हारता नहीं. दूसरे बंदे सत्य को स्वीकार नहीं किए, वो लोग हार गए. So to Siddhanta in such a highest experience of Pakka, knows everything in its position, therefore he has no tension, worry at all to answer these every Purvapaksha and his every point of discussion or argument. What is the answer given to it here? इत्यादीनाम च कोपः स्यात् इति चेत इत्यादि श्रुतीनाम च. श्रुतियों को गुस्सा आ जाएगा. श्रुति माता को तुम तो इंसल्ट कर रहे हो, यू आर नॉट एक्सेप्टिंग हर. शी सेड अबाउट द गति एंड ऐश्वर्या. Gati is going to higher lokas than this. Aishwarya is therefore becoming more comfortable, positioned, more sukhi with more upadhis and amenities. That is Aishwarya. Many Vedas talk about all this. Few he quoted. Sri Viryana Irva Ityad. Your own Shruti is saying. Answer is what we have tried to see yesterday. Karya Brahma Vishayatvat Tasam. I told you yesterday, and just now, 10 minutes back, these all are the Karya Brahma Vishaya. Okay? Karya Brahma is Jiva. As we have just now seen it, to lift our attention or identity only to this particular wombed tomb life as well as this particular karma and karma phala, to lift our attention to the possibility of beyond something that Shruti talks about all that. And it is given also when one does the Agni Yaga, they go there. First of all, we have to come out of where we are strongly locked into or lost into. And this should reveal to us today this point very clearly. Although it is an intermediate stage, temporary, not ultimate moksha giving, yet in this life, if you do the punya karma, uttama loka will come. If you do the papa karma, adho loka will come. We have to become very aware. You have to keep on adding punya karma only to your life. So that uttama loka only we get. But we being Vedanta students, we are not interested even in the Uttama Loka. We are only interested in Atma Loka. Therefore, we don't need to do even Punya. We have to only sit and meditate and know the self and moksha. That is how a person, after many, many lives of doing Punya and going to the higher worlds, in every life, while enjoying that only, he thinks, "Yara, itna hi hai, it's not ultimate. What is infinite? What is permanent?" That thought of in every life goes on adding. After some 100, 200,000 lives, one life he says, I don't want any punya lokas also. Gained through punya karma. I want that which is permanent. To him, this Vedanta. The permanent is Brahma Loka. Brahma Loka is not the world. Brahma Dev ka lok nahi hai. Brahma Anubhav wala lok. And that fellow at that level, that jiva, no more hankering behind any sukha bhoga of this world or that world. That's called Vairagya. Iha Swarga Bhogeshu Icha Rahityam, what is studied by us in the first class of Vedanta 20, 30 years back, if at all we were together at that time, uska meaning ye hai, dekho ab reveal ho raha. What is the Vairagya? Vairagya is this papa karma done, the papa loka of dukkha comes. This punya karma done, punya loka sukha comes. But they are all permanent. They are all not permanent, they are temporary. I don't want them. I want only the permanent. That healthy inner maturity seeking the permanent is called Vairagya. Only in that healthy Vairagya that the raga dvesha no more again relapse to pull us into the samsara. We don't have that pure healthy paravairagya now. इसलिए जब भी वैराग्य मूड होता है, we come to class, we sit for upasana, we do the japa. The moment that temporary vairagya goes, again the permanent raga dvesha come, which are actually again we are lost into the world. आज class नहीं जाएंगे, आज उपासना नहीं करेंगे, आज ध्यान नहीं करेंगे. Who is telling that? The fellow who is lost in raga dvesha means he did not get vairagya. If you have vairagya, why will you do anything other than meditation to know the self? And to reach to that paravairagya sthiti, every life, Lord is giving this jiva variety of experiences. If somebody in this very life fully vairagyavan, thousands of lives he went through all nonsense and got kicked left and right. In this life he says, I want nothing only for Parabrahma. That stage even I have to reach. For that only, to get vairagya from these worldly things, the higher things are tempted for us. You understand? After reaching there, you yourself discover it's not permanent. What is it? He will show some 10 to an Uttama Lokas. Here, everything is endful. Can there be an endless? Or endless is only Brahman. उसके लिए सब छोड़ना पड़ता है. आप कुछ करना नहीं. करना जाना पाना, all these are कर्म क्षेत्र. And only सब कुछ छोड़कर ध्यान करो. Right? न कर्मणा, न प्रजया, न धनेना. Then त्यागेन एके अमृतत्व मानस. These are all what? Inner revelations, inner understandings gained by you and me when we contemplate after listening from the Guru in the class based on the Shruti. शास्त्र को सुनकर गुरुमुखतः हमारे अंदर ही हम जब मनन विचार करते हैं, ये सारा विजडम हमको रिवील होता है. That's called evolution. And this is so loftier and greater and beautiful than investing money, doing business, getting some gross objects world, and in the meantime, hera feri karo, isko paise khilao, usko rishwat do, then get caught up by ACB or that and this one, and you are lost sometime in business. Others will trouble you, they cheat you. काय का संसार में फंसे भाई? That's a rank delusion. Rank delusion. If it is not appearing as rank delusion, then that means we are fully in delusion. पूरा पिया हुआ बंदे को मैं पिया हूँ उसके असर में हूँ ऐसा नहीं पता होता उसको। हाफ पिया हुआ है तो उसको लग रहा है मैं इधर नहीं हूँ, मैं उधर नहीं हूँ। या छोड़ देगा आफ्टर 1 hour he'll come back normal or he'll take 2 more bags, then he continues for 6 hours in that mood. In the same way, if all this is delusion, if we are not understanding, then we are fully in delusion. Our own life is like that only. Through karma, this and that we are definitely getting, but not moksha. कर्म से कर्म फल मिलता है, मोक्ष नहीं मिलता। कर्म फल में जो होता है वो होता है, सुख नहीं होता। सुख केवल आत्मा में। That karma phala, you receive it with atmiya bhavana. Because of that, it appears to be giving sukha. Atmiya, like my dog. Dog never gave sukha. But atmiya bhavana, that is my dog, made your sukha sprinkled on the dog and received from that. Otherwise, every dog you should love and enjoy. Is it not? We don't do only this because my, that atmiyata. Children, my children. If the children give you, every child you should hug and say, I'm happy with this child. एवरीथिंग इज आत्मीय भाव से आत्मा का सुख उस पे डाला जाता है, फिर उसको हम लेते हैं। वस्तुओं से सुख नहीं होता। एंड इन दैट आल्सो वी पुट कंडीशंस कि ऐसा होने से आई विल फील सुखी, एंड ऐसा होता नहीं बिकॉज बोथ आर टेंजेंशियल। वाइफ एंड हस्बैंड आर जस्ट कमिंग टुगेदर फॉर सम प्रारब्ध एंड ऑल दैट, अदरवाइज ईच वंस नेचर इज टोटल डिफरेंट। वो तो चंद्रलोक से आई है तो सूर्यलोक से आया, देयरफॉर दे मैच अप होता ही नहीं, ओनली एडजस्टमेंट चलता रहता है। You can never match with wife or husband. Only have to compromise. Compromisingly reducing the problems, going through the prarabdha. A time of departure comes, tata bye bye, and go to your loka, and she goes to her loka. Continues their journey. Any relation. The guru and shishya. Guru of kitne शिष्यों को पढ़ाना होता है, don't know. He will go somewhere. Like Shukdev ji taught Parikshit. Thereafter he went. That's it. If somebody they will teach, otherwise he relaxed. So to Parikshit finish this Dehatadhatmyam, he left it and he realized, are you understanding what is said? Be careful. Be careful, you will catch it. Okay, now Gati Aishwarya Shruti ka refutation Bhashyakara is giving. What is that? All the Gati Aishwarya Shruti, those Shruti has said it is Karya Brahma Vishaya. This for the jiva to tempt him for the higher so that he comes away from this lower. What is the coming away from lower? This is permanent. We are in this strong notion. And also this should be permanent. We are in that insistence also. Neither this is permanent nor should it be. It should be. To pull us from this, we are told that for the jiva, not from the Atma or Paramatma. And jiva is a notion. As he is notionally existing here, he will notionally exist there also. Wherever the karma phala leads you after doing the karma. Like with the knowledge of doctory, I am a doctor. It's a notion. As a jiva, with the vidya, I am a doctor. Otherwise, to the jiva or behind the jiva, to the self, there is no medical knowledge required or not is a doctor. But this doctor notion, wherever he goes, he is carrying. Because he is established in that because of the upadhi. What is upadhi? Through his mind intellect, he studied medicine. He could have studied law also, he could have studied engineering also. That's how others are studying that. So they are with those upadhis. in that identity, in that notion that they are that alone, and they behave like that only. Somebody asks, "आप liar है?" नहीं, मैं डॉक्टर हूँ, दिख नहीं रहा तुमको? He is so strong in that identity, self-made. By birth, he was not doctor or lawyer. He was patient only. Is it not? Notion. Strongly believe it. And one thing I tell you today, very essential, very, very essential. If you catch it at this very instance, all the dukkhas just wither away. What is that? This time of ours, from birth to the death, there's so many things being around. None of them are the permanent place for us. We were earlier somewhere, we are going ahead somewhere. This is only intermediate station. If this is known that this is not permanent, be attentive. Will we be caught up with anything or being even little? Even though we are living with them. Like in a train journey, so you are getting down somewhere, your station. But in between the compartment, so many people are there. So you talk to them, you share your food with them, everything you do, but you are very clear that these people are not going to be permanent, nor I am going to be permanent in this train. I'm only traveling in this train. By chance, these people happen to be co-travelers. I'm going to get down somewhere, they may also get down somewhere. This knowledge is so pakka, that is why we talk to everyone, but we are not lost in attachments. We don't value it more. That's why the children you play when you are in train, and when your station of getting up down comes, immediately you say bye children, and you go and you don't even remember it. Why? Because it is not permanent stay. It is only intermediate stage, and your journey goes ahead, continues. So when I know that my journey continues even after this body, into different worlds for different purposes, will I give value to the things in this world as well as beings as if they are permanent or they should be permanent? This is called moksha. If this thought can become deeper in us, we can never be identified in any of the identities or any attachments. Impossible if this wisdom comes. That's why this wisdom removes this delusion. There is no other way. Today's our introduction was this topic only. Not knowing it, we think this alone is permanent. Then we make everything as a prestige, everything as important. Everybody we try to hold on to them, command them, demand them. What a play of nonsense we are doing. Is it not? Teams are made in the companies for them to get the work done. So when the work is done, the team gets dismantled and each fellow goes into the other team to do something else. In the same way, you and I and all of us are only temporarily together for achieving something. We have much more to travel ahead. Don't get caught up or lost in it through the attachments. Live only to the extent required. Transactional and any spiritual sadhana is there, that much only. Don't try to make anything permanent. Don't insist on anything or anybody from now onwards. In my earlier lives, to how many students I might have taught, or I myself was student, and you also from how many masters you might have heard. आगे और कितने कितने लोगों से सुने होंगे. Remember, if we can expand vision to that, we are not caught up in this. Catching up in this is called samsara. Look ahead. You have lot to travel, lot to travel. In that view, preparing for the further travel, do make best use of this particular stay. While staying here, neither cheat anyone nor expect anything from anyone. Just live with dharma, love them, as well as try to see Paramatma in them, and don't get bound, don't allow them to bind you. Don't bind them also. See the beauty. No, it is a high Vedanta, but the remedy it gives once you accept it. Will you insist on your own children, wife or husband or anyone? No, सब निकल जाएगा खचरा. You can't entertain or hold on to the dirt of insistences and showing the power. I am father or I am husband or I am wife. You must listen. अरे बेवकूफ, अगले जन्म में उल्टा था. शी वाइफ वाज हस्बैंड, यू आर वाइफ. कुछ भी होगा वो. Then why do you insist it here? Who knows, in next life you will be teaching Upanishad and I will be listening. Good, no? अच्छा लग रहा है आपको? Oh, that will be there when you listen to me continuously. तो अभी फिर से condition. Don't you see in the world the ruling party becoming opposition, opposition becoming ruling parties, friends becoming enemy, enemy friends, no? The people who are aligned becoming non-aligned, becoming aligned. In this very life we are observing. Is it not sufficient data for us to know? That's what I said in the beginning. We are in delusion and vagueness of non-thinking, non-understanding, but we are fixed in some notions and we are just living life like that. It all shows that to live life, wisdom not necessary. Bewakoof bhi jeete hai. That's what we are proving. But to live life fully for liberation, the need of wisdom. The Vyavaharika wisdom, the spiritual wisdom. We'll continue tomorrow. Bhagwan here, having said that ye Karya Brahma Vishay hai, it is in Karya Brahma, not in Karana Brahma. In the Karana Brahma, there is no otherness. Therefore, there is no loka to go, there is nothing to gain, etc. He will quote some 10, 11 shloka points, 7, 8 shrutis. Then a powerful logic of how Vidya and Karma are absolutely opposite, he is going to prove us. Then comes a very interesting discussion in 2 paragraphs about the Grihastha and Grihastha Dharma and how he Grihastha, the POORVAPAKSHA is Grihastha. So he thinks being in a Grihastha only, we can get moksha, and others useless fellows, they can't do anything. Brahmachari, Vanapasanya, they depend on us. This arrogance he speaks. Then उसको जो भगवान शंकर आंसर देते ना, क्या मजा, comedy and so much of entertainment and learning. Very interesting that. Don't miss next 2-3 days classes. Subhaka. Clear? Let's see tomorrow. Om, 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 Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamādāya Purnamevāvasishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Paramarshibhyo Namaha Parabrahmane Namaha Shruti Matre Om Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu. Just 15 minutes give me. We are concluding our 226 days studied Viduraniti in our next class in 2 minutes of time. Hari Om.